Hey everybody, it is Jacqui Duran. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have gotten a lot of questions since going digital with planning in 2020. So I've gotten a ton of questions, and I asked a poll on Instagram if some people wanted to see maybe a beginner's guide to going digital, what it looks like, do things, and I'm going to give you what you've asked for. I'm just gonna start from the very, very beginning because I want you guys to be able to feel comfortable enough to know that this is something that is doable. I personally didn't really think that I would get into digital journaling or digital planning rather, because I was so very much a paper and pencil person, or a paper and marker person, or pen person, and getting my stickers and getting all the things, right? And so it was very hard for me to say, I'm not gonna do that. So it took me a little bit to finally get into my groove. And when I did, oh my gosh, I have never been happier. I absolutely love digital planning. All right, so let's start from the tippy top. The number one question I am asked is this: what app do you use for digital planning? That app would happen to be GoodNotes. GoodNotes 5 is the name of the app. The second question I get asked is, how much does it cost? Everybody always wants to know the cost, and it is completely understandable. So GoodNotes 5 is a one-time purchase on the App Store for $7.99. So basically, I bought an entire app for $7.99. Now, I use my app strictly for my digital planning, journaling, meal planning, goal tracking, everything all in one, right? So this kind of goes within my business world. This also goes within my personal world as well. So because it kind of drifts into both, this is amazing, because this is something like I don't have to buy more inserts or anything like that, right? Everything can be done from here. I can import in PDFs, all kinds of different things. So let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see what it looks like. So when you first log in to GoodNotes, this is kind of what you see is the landing page. I have different documents here. So this is, again, where you land. This is where everything lives. You'll see here I've got a journal that is my personal journal. And so yes, I do my personal journaling, which I'm trying to really make a good practice of that in 2020. I think it's good for mental health, for relieving stress, and just getting things out. Sometimes that's just what we need to do as humans. This is just a journal that I've used for testing and for training, things like that. This is a planner that I purchased through Etsy. There's an Etsy seller. This is another one that I purchased. This is my personal planner. So for my home life, my mom life, my wife life, my personal life, my everything life, everything is here. I have another digital planner that is specifically designed to be like this long spread layout, right? So more of a horizontal layout. This is the one that I actually use for my business, and that's the one that I'm going to demonstrate for you today. And then down here, I've got a folder that just says stickers. And if we open that up, you can see that I've just got a bunch of stickers. We'll of course look at that. Now, like I said, you don't have to necessarily purchase planners from Etsy or any other seller. If you come over here and you click new, you're gonna see here that you have a couple choices. You can create a new notebook. That's what these are notebooks, okay? I can create a new folder so I can import those PDFs or other documents into there. I can upload just an image. Maybe there's just an image that I just want to keep in here. Scan documents into here, take a photo. I can, again, import, or just do a quick note. This is why I love it, because everything is organized. Think of it like your desk, wherever your work is, whether that's at home, whether that's at the office, or even sitting at Starbucks, right? You can literally take your work with you. And that's another one of the huge reasons that I am in love with digital planning. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump on in and let's take a look at what my business planner looks like. So this is just the cover page to my planner. Again, this is a planner that I purchased, and through this planner, I purchased it mainly because I really liked the layouts that it gave me. The layouts that it came with really were ones that I felt that I would use the most when it came to my business. So I simply just drew and created this front page. This did not exist, it was just a blank page. But as you can see here, I kind of outline some of the things that I wanted to start the year off with. So some affirmations, every single day, these are the things that I want to incorporate into my day when I'm working. This is me, and this is for 2020. Now, to be able to actually flip pages, like if this were an actual notebook, because as you see, look, haha, it looks like a real notebook, right? We've got tabs up here on this one that are January through December, so I can quickly hop to a month. Up here is our home base. So this one here has hyperlinks to different spots within the planner itself. And then these are also individual tabs that are clickable that I can actually go to a specific spot. But I'm just gonna page through like I'm just opening my notebook and flipping through the pages, right? So again, I just inserted another page here because I really wanted, I come from the loving world of bullet journaling or Buju. And so when I really think of having a planner, having a place to start, it's really with my index. So I've put down here what my motto is for my team, or tribe as I like to call it. And how I wrote that was a place where all you have to do is be yourself and have consistent support. We don't compete, we clap for each other. And that is truly my team or my tribe motto, okay, for my business. And it's just something that I really wanted to make sure was there in the forefront every single time I open this up. You'll see here's my index. So here are the different tabs that I decided to create. So you can see here, they're actually named on this page, right? So again, I can easily click on each of these tabs and go to these tabs as needed. And this kind of lays out really what I did. Also here, now obviously I wrote that, I wrote that, I wrote that, I wrote those words, but you'll see here there's stickers that are here. That's handwritten, but this is like a sticker, like you would like a traditional planner, okay? And I'm gonna get into that, and I'm gonna show you in this tutorial how to actually put those in here. This is something that I left in the front. Now, one of the great things when you come to digital journaling or digital planning, if you click that 4 square up there, it will actually show every single page in this document. Remember that home page was all of our documents. So I can very easily, if there's something that I really want to look at, and maybe I want to move the pages around, it doesn't flow right for me. I just wanted you guys to see that I can very easily at a glance see every single page that this planner comes with. And like I said, this is a planner that I purchased, right, from Etsy. So this is something somebody's created. One of my goals, maybe not for 2020, but maybe for 2021, because this year I'm really dialing into my business and my leadership this year. But maybe going into 2021, I would like to get to the point to where I can actually begin designing my own. But for now, again, I'm a beginner and this is where I've started. So I just found a great planner that I really, really liked. I purchased it off of Etsy. They send it to me in an email. I download it and it opened right into GoodNotes. And these are all the pages that it came with, which is, again, why if you're gonna purchase a digital planner from an Etsy seller or from wherever it is that you're looking, then what you need to do is just make sure that it's gonna have all the guts that you really want out of your planner. So I'm just gonna close this for now, but I wanted to show you, this is just one of the pages and I really like it. I haven't actually started incorporating it yet, but I like the fact that it gives you a daily schedule with the times, today's date, and a to-do list at the beginning of every one. Now, this is something that is actually in the planner that I purchased for my personal use, my everyday Jacqui use, right? So it kind of mimics that. So again, I really wanted to keep this here and up at the front just in case I want to begin incorporating this. So I haven't yet, but again, it's always an option. So the next page in this planner just was an overview of the year. So I just went through and I just very quickly went with the calendar and drew in all of my dates, right? So this is just a really good way to see the year at a glance. Another way to see the year at a glance is to kind of plot out like those major milestones. So basically what I've done here is holidays and birthdays. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. So this officially begins January, and every single month, what I've done in planners past, whether it's been paper planners or in my bullet journals, is I've always done a habit tracker. And it's huge because I'm really, really, really big on habits and habit stacking. So I like to track out those things. These are obviously just things that are, again, just very, very specific to my business. Now, again, this planner came with a 31-day habit tracker already built in. So all I have to do is I duplicate this page every month. And then, as you can see, this is for January. And as you kind of zoom in here, you can see every single day has been written out for you for each one. And so what I did is I took this checklist and I just went down and I wanted to incorporate things that I want to really focus on every single month, right? And I want to track these things as I'm doing them. So whether or not these things work for you in your business or however it is that you're using your planner, this is really what this is for. So all I did was I just filled this stuff in. That is just a sticker. And then obviously I've dressed it up a little bit with some stickers up front. As we went into January, every single month in this planner starts off with a flat layout. And I love a good flat layout because I like to be able to mark out that payday. In this case, I had my surgery, so I really needed to be able to break that out and plan a little bit more. I like to create some goals and just some, I don't know, daily reminders, monthly reminders. And so that's just kind of how I do my flat layouts. A lot of these things that you see here, this is all my writing, but like here is a sticker that I've incorporated. So again, we're going to get into that and I'm going to show you. And here we go. This is actually beginning January. So my January tab is highlighted up there. I know it's the first week of January and hopefully you can see this there. But what this planner gives us is every single month, there's a new week, right? Now some months are longer than others, so that's why it does that. So the first week, again, what I am doing to keep myself focused is I come over here and you can see here even in January when I started, right? Planner in training. That is so very true. I am still a digital planner in training. I've put some goals up over here of things that I wanted to accomplish for this week. One of the things that is really helping me in my business specifically is keeping track of daily numbers. So it's just something that I do every day. Now this flat layout, let me zoom in here. You'll see on this flat layout, it's a little bit, I don't know, I really like it personally because I myself work in different zones every single day. This is my digital planner for my business, right? This is only dedicated to my business. Some life things get thrown in here, right? But that's natural. But for the most part, everything that I put in here and write in here is actually directly related to my business. So it keeps me on track. And the way that my business runs during the day, this is my full-time job, guys. So I break mine up into morning, midday, and evening. So this was a huge selling point for me when picking this planner specifically, because I knew that that's what I wanted to be able to lay out. Now, of course, I just put those titles there, right? This is all blank and you'll get to see one of those as we start. But that's the whole thing about this is I can literally create it to what works for me. So let's just look at example. And so what I did is January, it started on a Wednesday. So I just write in the numbers for each week. My mornings are always consumed with just kind of opening up my day, starting my habits, right? So kind of having that me time of waking up, whether it's having coffee, having my energy and my focus, taking my vitamins, things like that, just getting myself ready to start the day. And one of those things that I do is initially open my workstation and look at my team. Then into midday is really where the meat of a lot of things happen. So you'll see here that what I had decided to do was midday on the 1st, I was going to review reports, or I did. I scheduled team posts. I like to be able to do that. That's just a sticker. In the evening, again, for me, after my youngest goes to bed and my husband's in bed, I kind of use a lot of evening time some days to either catch up or to really dig into my business. So there's a lot of times that a lot of my work is actually done in the evening. And when I say evening, that's really like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. But in this case, it was set up director planner, which is this, Good Notes, right? Check Reach for the Stars program. It was a program that my SSD was doing. Plan incentive points needed. And then just a reminder to dream. So as you can see here, this is just literally an overview. Now we've talked about how I've imported stickers. I haven't shown you yet, but we've talked about it. Look over here. This was my wedding anniversary night. You can see the big X means that no worky for that day. But you can also, when you're incorporating stickers, you can also incorporate pictures. And this is a picture that I took from our anniversary dinner out. It's baked brie, and there's the water wafers that we used to eat the brie. It was absolutely delicious. Okay, I get distracted by food. All right, so that's that first week of January. We can go ahead and scroll next. What I really felt was helpful for me for this one, because I had a lot going on in January, especially for my business. So I wanted reminders for the incentive that I was working to earn, the training agenda that I have for my team. I do weekly live trainings for my team every single week, and then videos that I wanted to get done for my YouTube. We had a big release of a product. And then of course we were still working on Bring Back My Bar during that time. So I wanted to make sure this was here, so I kind of had it. That way I could refer back to it. This is if you look up here, the second week of the month. So you can see, and I'm gonna do this really quick, but you can see I can quickly change week to week just by clicking on that. So just another example of the ability that you've got with digital planning, okay? Same flow is drawn out over here. So when you see these big X's, that means that I am not doing business work, okay? That's exactly what that means. So I'm not doing business work on those days. So, clicked off too fast. So that's what those are. Let's get back to where we were. So when you see those, that's exactly what it means. Again, every single day, I've just kind of done that, and I'm gonna show you how I actually created that. So don't worry, we're gonna get to that. This is the third week of January. That week, I actually had my surgery that morning. So as you can see, I've got a lot of X's there because I just really could not get to really much else except for myself. But again, you know, you can see this is strictly just habitual, right? So every single day, kind of doing the same thing, laying out the days, right? That's how we're able to make progress. And digital planning, any kind of planning really, is just superior for being able to build those habits. This is the fourth week of January. I was still recovering from surgery, having a really hard time that first week. I didn't expect to have that hard of a time, but you can see I still was waking up every day and at least plugging in those numbers. I just wasn't able to get to too much. And when I would get to it, I just did not come back to plan it. So that's why we've got some blank spaces in there. The last week of the month, so end of month hustle, right? My husband decided to use one of the Scentsy fragrance flowers and color it, and this is actually what it turned out to look like. So in case you're curious what this is over here, It's actually that. That's how it started out. So it starts out just as a wood, and then he took a Sharpie and just kind of colored the edges. And as it bloomed, meaning that oil went up into the petals, that's what it ended up looking like. So he's very excited to try more. I've already been told I have to buy more so he can play. That's perfectly fine. By all means, play away. So this is that last month or last week of the month. Again, you can just see daily tasks. And then I just X'd out those last days. Here we are into February. So again, same exact habit tracker, right? I just took the same exact things, wrote them out again, and then I've begun tracking them. Today is actually the 10th. So if you can see here, like I have been tracking. I haven't done today's yet. I usually do it in the evening. So I'll come back and I'll fill this in on anything that I've done for the entire day. That kind of rounds out my day. That's like my last thing that I do at the end of my day. So here again, my flat lay for the month of February. So you can see, again, just kind of blocking certain things out, adding in lots of stickers. That's really what was going on here. This is the warmer that I wanted to really get. So that's why I made it so huge and big, and I needed to fill up the space because the first didn't happen until Saturday. So that's what I actually used that for. And I now have that warmer, so I'm very excited to have it. And here we go, starting off the first week. Now, the second week, so we just ended this week yesterday. Today, like I said, today is the 10th. You can see that working with my goals, it really got me somewhere because I actually earned the level 2, which is a Bermuda cruise for 1. So I did earn my trip, level 2 earning. You'll see that right there. And I really put a lot of my planning and consistent habits and stacking of habits into the reason why I'm able to do things like that. So it's very important to me. You can see that I've continued the same thing. I just used a little bit different. I got maybe a little bit more fancier. I don't know. I just found a fun sticker. And then I just filled in the same things that I wanted to be able to see every single day. So that's what I've got going on in the morning, midday, and evening. So again, this was all the way up until yesterday. And as you see here, right? Remember I talked about how my real life really blends into my work time. So here you go, family time. I blocked it out straight up. I block out the moments that I'm really going to spend off. And there we go, day off of social media. Now, that's not to say I didn't check some email. That's not to say that I didn't maybe do some Instagram fun or what have you, but it really wasn't a working day as I would necessarily perceive a working day. So all right, so I specifically, it took a lot out of me because you'll see at the end of every Sunday is planning the next week, because I do a whole thing about planning on Sundays, right? So even though I'm not working, I'm still planning for what's going to happen the next week. So I like to plan the upcoming week, and it took a lot for me not to do this. So I just want you guys to know that it took a whole lot of self-control to not do this, because I knew I wanted to shoot this video today. All right, so here we are. Fresh week, right? So I haven't written anything down. All I've done is I've pasted in my template, right, for what I want to do every day. I then write in the corresponding date that we're on, so I can kind of keep track, and I can very easily at a glance see that we're in the 3rd week of February. So let's go ahead and let's do some planning. All right, so what do I usually do over here to the side? Well, I usually just kind of pump myself up. So let's come over here. Do you remember at the beginning I showed you how I had a document that was just named stickers? This is that document. So this is where I feel that a lot of creativity can totally happen. I'm going to show you very quickly how I actually got these. Oh, I can't zoom in. How I actually got these stickers, okay? So I'm going to close out of this. I'm going to come over here to Pinterest. I'm going to click the Finder, and then I'm going to do a search for planner planner stickers. Now, if any of you have come from the world of paper planning, you know that it's a struggle, right? You have to either go to the craft store, get on your favorite website, Amazon, what have you, and order your stickers. And if you run out, you have to order more, right? This is a way to actually do digital planning and not have to ever worry about, oh my gosh, do I have stickers that I want to be able to use? I actually really like this one right here. So I kind of like how it has a lot of washi tape going on here, things like that, fun colors. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on that, the 3 dots. I'm going to download the image. The image is now downloaded. I can go back into my GoodNotes. I'm gonna scroll down. Remember, I'm in a document from GoodNotes, right? I'm just gonna click the plus sign. It's gonna ask me what I wanna do. I want to get an image. That image that I just got is in my camera roll. Now I've added it here. That's how easy it is just to add those stickers in. Let me go ahead and let me put in an actual sticker. So this is a sticker. I'm gonna come up here. This whole time while I have been scrolling through with my pencil, it's actually because I was on that actual scroll lock. That keeps me from clicking anything, from drawing anything. If I click on that, you'll see here that it now opens a whole bunch of different editing tools along this toolbar up here. I'm gonna click the lasso. The lasso is just like if you were on the computer. If you're familiar with ever working with that or in any other program, it works the same way. So what we can do is we can actually just draw around something that we want. I'm gonna draw around the word hustle. I wanna cut that. That's like basically cutting the sticker out, okay? I'm gonna press and hold, take a screenshot, do my save button, and I'm actually just going to copy. I'm gonna come back over into my planner. I'm going to press and hold and paste. And now you see I can move this really big. I can do whatever I want. I can put it at a side. I like things squared off, so I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm just gonna put it right up there at the top. So there, I've imported a sticker. Let's go ahead and let's import an image. Let's import a picture. So that was my lasso tool. I'm gonna go to the picture tool. I'm just gonna click on it there. Up here, you can see this is where you'll find like your most recent. It gives you like some really quick most recent pictures. So let's do one of those. And then I'm also gonna show you if there's something in your camera roll that's maybe a little bit deeper. So let's click on this one. This is one of our new warmers just put into a pot. Somebody placed it into a pot and then pulled the cord out. So it actually looks like a real plant. Very cute, very cute. So I want to grab some inspiration for that maybe for this month, right? So I'm just placing this where I want it. Click off. There we go. So you see how I'm building this over here, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and let's add another picture. Let's say that the picture that I want is not listed here. So I'm going to come over here, make sure that I'm still on my picture icon. I'm going to double click. And now you can see I can actually just choose from my camera roll maybe something that I'd like to do. Let's go down here to Team Spirit. I like to organize some of my things. And let's go ahead and what do I want to put in here? Actually, you know what? Let's use this one because I'm going to show you because today is actually Scentsy payday. That's very exciting, right? Let's move this over here. I'm going to come and I'm going to put this down here. Actually, I'm going to put it in the middle for my midday. And I'm going to show you how to put those titles up there too. But so that was a good example to show. That's what I wanted to put in there. All right. So let's go back over here. Let me go ahead and let's just let me show you what I would do. So again, this is my overview of the week, right? What are some of the things that I want to look out for? I'm going to go ahead and fill that in now. Now I'm going to actually start drawing and writing. Now, a couple things that I want to show you very quickly, and then I'm going to show you actually what I'm doing. So you've got your pen. If you click on it again, you can see you've got the choice of a fountain pen, a ball pen, or a brush pen. You can choose your stylus and palm rejection or disconnect from the pencil. This is your eraser. You can erase very specific, right? This is your highlighter. I always have it checked to draw in a straight line because I like things straight. This is your shape tool. This is where you can actually draw shapes when you're drawing. Fill them with color if you wanted to. I just have mine to snap to other strokes. Of course, is your lasso. That is your picture. That's if you'd like to take a picture. Text box if you'd actually like to type and then import a font. This is a laser, so if you're using this as a presentation, you can just kind of choose that. This actually, where this bar is on your actual planner, is where you can like really zoom in and get some good small drawing in. And I'll show you that when we get to that point. For now though, we're gonna take that off. And now I'm gonna show you exactly how I'm gonna do the things to write what I want here. All right, so hopefully you guys saw how I did all of that. So I've done some of the things that we talked about, right? So I just wrote. I used my lasso tool to kind of line things up a little better because as I wrote, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that when I wrote, my month seemed a little bit bigger than the mid word. And so I just wanted those to line up better. You can see I wrote smaller with hustle and then made it larger. So it kept that bigger, like thicker font. So it could just stand out a little bit there. I put in a picture of the top selling products this week. So very easily at a glance throughout the week, I can come back to this. And one of our big things is Monday. This guide dropped today. And so it was just a reminder to throw that in. So I just did a fun little arrow, and hopefully you saw one of the main things that I love is the shape button. So hopefully, as you can see, as when I'm drawing lines, those lines snap into place when you are on the shape tool. So that's how you get those. That's what we want. Now I'm going to come over here. I want to change the color. I want to go to a deep purple, and I'm going to use that to write morning, and then I'm going to copy it over. Here we go. All right, so I've written it once. Let's go ahead. First of all, I want to move it a little bit more centered, okay? While it's still lassoed, I'm going to hold. I'm going to copy. And now all I have to do is press, paste, move it into place. And we're just going to move right on down the line. We're going to do the same exact thing for midday and evening. All right, so we've got our morning, we've got our midday, we've got our evening. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do some planning for the week and let you guys just kind of watch to see how I'm moving in and out of the program. Now, even though I'm just writing because I'm showing you guys how I'm doing this, this is my planner, right? And the same way that I would be if this was paper. I actually, when I'm really trying to get my handwriting to look nice, I actually write slowly. So if you're somebody who you're like, oh, I hate my handwriting, I don't like the way it looks, remember, you've got a couple different options. You can always do text. So if you hit that text button, click down here, it's already gonna pull up your keyboard. And if you have a keyboard that's attached to your iPad, then you could totally use that. But let me just show you what that looks like. So that was digital printing. So let's do this. If you've got fonts already built in, or if you download fonts from wherever you purchase those, then of course you can put that font in. So that's a tip too. If you are somebody who just hates your own handwriting, you can always type, and then you can just put that into there. Now, like I said, I actually enjoy drawing and writing, so that's something that I like to do. All right, so as you guys can see, this is kind of how my week goes. So I've filled in some of the things that I want to do. I'll go ahead and be finishing this. I'm going to finish this afternoon. I'm also going to go back. I'll be, of course, filling in today's numbers, so that way I'll have that. And then I'll just continue along. Let me go ahead, though, and show you guys these tabs over here. This is where a lot of my leadership notes will kind of live, and I kind of put those out. Training content. Let's see what else we've got over here. So here's some of the training content that I've been working on and putting up. Trying to think. I'm still working on incorporating in a lot of my notes from all of my notebooks, because again, this is now my #1 source of work. Everything is all in one here. Everything can live here. So I've got notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of notes from training calls and training meetings and all kinds of things that I want to incorporate. So I hope that this overall tutorial has just somewhat helped you to get a little bit more comfortable with the world of digital planning, to see just how much you can incorporate. And this is all in just one notebook, you guys. This is just one notebook. Like I said, this one over here, this one is actually my tried and true. This is my personal calendar, okay? This one has a lot more detail going on. I've got a lot more things happening. I've got habit trackers. I've got mood trackers in here. This is like my overall for the month and where I'm at. So I really like that for this. That kind of brings me back to my amazing bullet journal days. But I do the same thing over here. So here is my index page, just like I have over there. And this one actually has clickable links over here. And as you can see, I haven't really filled these in. But if you just slide over, do you see there where it says replace to add page? So very quickly, I can just add a page in. I can go ahead and start taking notes. Another really great thing too is if you're maybe at like a meeting or something like that, or watching a training call, you can very quickly just come in here and you can just start writing your notes. Let me show you how I did that with my training call from today. So my training call today, I hadn't yet kind of gotten everything set up. And so what I did is, this was my training call today. Now it's not as pretty as maybe I would like it. But this was just me literally taking notes during a call today. So during the leadership call today, this is where I just took my notes. I can, of course, come back here. I'm going to draw a line just to separate that. You know, oops, you know me. I like everything to be organized. So I'm going to draw a line there just to kind of drop it off. But there, of course, there's my topic. Okay, that was my topic from today. You see there, I've dated it. And these were just my notes as I was writing them. I've become very comfortable with writing on the iPad. So this is actually my straight up handwriting. This is not me slowing down. So of course, when I slow down, it's a lot more organized and pretty, but of course I can go back and I can do that, right? So like I can, you know, just write it down here. And then when I'm ready to move it up, I can literally lasso that, delete that, and then lasso the new stuff and move it up into the new spot. So this is something that is going to be great for me as we go to World Tour, as we go to Scentsy Family Reunion, those bigger trainings, even my team Superstar Director trainings, where I'm just quickly taking notes and I can go back and I can update those later. I hope this has helped you guys. I hope this has helped to shed a little light and gotten you inspired. So be watching for more. Let me know if you have questions. Peace, love, and happiness.